Today in this video, I want to address the importance of structure. I know you've probably heard me talk about this many times, but it's just become so evident in the last few weeks that structure allows you to make different decisions. And I want to give a few examples from different clients I've been working with where having structure in their financial life has given them so much peace of mind as things have been shifting in their personal lives. And what I want to talk about here is having the knowledge of how much your expenses are every month, what you need, and then being able to make decisions going forward. I know that for women, it is very hard to bring in the structure. A lot of women prefer to live in not knowing, not facing their bank accounts, living in the flow, knowing what is coming in and going out. And for many, it's very difficult to set goals. And yet it's the goals and the direction that allows you to predict where you want to go and to create that future reality. Now, I know this is maybe not so natural for many. When I say goals, a lot of women are like, oh. And when I say dreams, they're like, I have no idea. I've always been going with the flow. I've just been going with what life has given me. And I think it's about finding that balance. And for example, a lady I worked with, she had inherited money that had come from her family, and her mother had passed away. And so it came with a big burden for her. She's from Central America and she moved to Spain. And when she moved there, she was like, what am I going to do with this money? If I don't organize myself, I'm just going to spend it all. And what we did is we came up with a structured plan of slowly dropping into her goals, what her dreams were, to be able to make a plan out of this and to create a strategy into her future. And what this allowed her to do was to make decisions that she couldn't have faced before. She was able to buy a flat, take out a mortgage, and funnily enough, the second she decided on it, the following week, her landlord called in and said, I'm sorry, you'll have to move out in 3 months. So life aligns with us. It gave her the courage to know that she could do it and her time was now and she was ready for this. And this is just one story of many. I just spoke to another client today, very similar situation. We're drawing up her accounts, understanding what her assets are, really knowing, because she would like to buy a property that is part of her ex-husband's to expand that for her children. And for her, it was very hard to make decisions for herself, but making decisions for her children's financial future was allowing her to really gain that confidence, gain that ability to dream and to make a strategy for the future. And so by drawing up her assets, she could see what she could potentially sell to invest and make that reality possible for her kids, which they were very excited about, to have many properties on one piece of land that each of her 3 kids could then inherit as they're growing older. So for me, this really shows you the next steps of what is possible when structure is implemented, that we don't fear decisions, but that we can claim our power. And what I see this as is going from the child to the adult. And with this exact lady, the shift that went from her mother helping her to her creating the reality she wants to leave for her children. And what I think is incredible is when we can claim that responsibility and build a future that we wish maybe we had or we didn't dare to have for our children. Especially as women, they find it more and more difficult to vision their lives, build that reality. But when I tap into the kids, that's possible. If you don't have children, I'm sure you can tap into other resources, such as a lady I work with who said, I'm not going to have my own kids, but I want to set up something in India for orphan children. So if it's not for your purpose, then find something greater that really allows you to align to that and bring that structure in, because that structure allows us to make decisions according to where we know we're at, to not fear the future, but actually make decisions that are within our capabilities, and if not, plan ahead for them to make possibilities a reality. And so this for me is the key. I know it's really hard for many women. I've had a few one-to-one calls recently, introduction calls, strategy calls, where women are saying this is exactly what is missing. Not knowing that money is coming in, going out, what am I going to do? What does my reality look like? And we need to own it. We need to map it, look at the possibilities, see what you want to create, and make that reality happen for you. So if this speaks to you, please reach out. We are reaching to year end. It's coming up so fast, and I want 2025 to be a year that a lot of women can claim their power, can claim their reality, and make it the one that you want to create and deserve. And if you don't know what it is, at least claim your space, your authority. I know this came up in the coaching group where women are saying that name, authority, but claim the decisions you want to make and know that it's possible where you stand. Rooting you on If you want to check this out for 2025, book a call. We can have a chat. It's really free. I really just want you to get visibility, even if we're not working together. Now I know there's always a timing and the circumstances, but really set yourself up in mini steps to make that next year one that you really thrive in and that you can bring in that structure that holds you in the decisions that you can make. If this video interests you, please follow my channel. I would love for you to receive more of this. If you have any questions, put them below and I'd be happy to answer them. And I really just want more women to own their lives, create their realities, and make the possibilities theirs.